Owens is one of the cleverest designers we have. He's also one of the most uncompromising. I feel his work more and more is a running commentary on our turbulent times. This season, for example, he's talking a lot more about ritual and ceremony. And I think that's something that we're all going to need to make sense of the madness. This is one season where I'm really super keen to pick up on what we were talking about at the men's show, because we talked about glitter, we talked about sex, we talked about war, we talked about just so many interesting big things where it really felt like you'd gone to the top of the mountain, you'd found the white light, and you wanted to go hard again, go hard or go home.
Really? Well, I thought it was kind of we're living in very turbulent times, and I was feeling nervous. I felt also that I had to react. I had to do something, that things were narrowing in, that I had to kind of break out a little bit. I thought, I've been talking about unease, about transitions and about decline, and I thought, wow, I think I've really gone as far as I can with that. I'm kind of becoming a downer. So then with this collection, and that was about the glitter of the 70s, and I thought for the women's it's about the glitter of civilization and ceremony. How do we respond to chaos? And that is by embracing civilization and what's civilized about us. And ceremony does that. Ceremonies are about people coming together and bonding over shared values, which are usually very positive. And I think fashion shows are contemporary ceremonies. They're about bonding together over beauty. And obviously, I love standards of beauty, but a lot of times I admit that I kind of react against the narrowness of them sometimes. I embrace it and I also tease it a little bit.
It's kind of a tribe of women, going through a journey through fashion and through the world, with different kind of personality. And it's also, for me, a game on identity, show your face or not.
I've just found it quite emotional, actually, particularly in these unusual and turbulent times we're living in. The fact that the everyday is taken and distorted, the fact the lights are so bright, there's a lot of heat in this room, but we're reminded of druids, we're reminded of clans, we're reminded of the ephemeral and the unknown is a lot of what I got from that show.
It's so Phoenix-like. There's the purging fire, the catharsis, the rebirth. The whole process starts again. I feel that you've done that in your work. I feel you've acknowledged those incredibly primal processes in your work.
Well, I think I'm looking right now for the sweet spot of community before it goes sour. And that's kind of what I'm trying to just remind everyone of that moment. And I don't know if I will. I mean, it's easy to interpret things. It's quick to, it's easy to interpret things in a very wrong way. So I'm happy with it. I'm not sure if it'll come across as positive as I'd like it to. When people know what I do, I think in the context of what I do, it makes sense. If you don't know who I am, it's just bonkers.
You were talking about the psychedelic experience last time we talked, and this is absolutely like the improvised ritual. That it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So actually, that's very positive.
I meant it to be. I thought I've been complaining long enough. I was the one that's moaning about change and about how do we face it. And I thought, well, this is how we face it. What is the answer?
Do you think there's something unique in fashion that allows you to express or to acknowledge ideas like this? That especially with the way you work with form and emotion in a way.
I feel like, I wanted to be an artist. I went to art school, and I feel like this is more immediate. It's a more immediate way of talking about things, and it's less indulgent in a way, because you have to be on your toes, and you have to be fast to keep people engaged or to keep whatever you're saying is relevant. So
Is it a kind of luxury that you get to revise your opinion every few months?
Yeah, you're right. Totally. I have to say, I mean, it's important to me that I don't really go back on what I said a couple of seasons ago. I mean, everything has to be a reaction or a response to stuff that I was talking about 5 years ago. I don't want to negate what everything that I meant to say then. So it needs to be a consistent story that doesn't have too many digressions, I guess.
Do you see an end to it? Do you see an end to the story?
I don't think so, because I can't. The more I go along, the more I see there are no ends. So it's going to be different angles of the same themes of what we were talking about, cycles. I mean, there are no ends. Yeah, rebirth.
But I hope I'm here to see them all.
Thank you. You will be. They're for you.
Thank you, Rick. You care.
I do.